What's up, everybody? It's me, Bay Ray. I went to New Whiteland, Indiana. They had an entire town community sale. The entire town was in on it. Now, I used to live in New Whiteland, and at one point they had a law that you could have a yard sale, but you can't put up signs. That's because everybody who used to have yard sales left the signs up, and they ended up just the police and people would just end up throwing them out, and it got really crazy. So they made a law. You can have a yard sale, you just can't put up signs. But in the meantime, they now have one giant community sale. There were at least 100 different homes that were advertised just having a yard sale, and it was a beautiful day. Me and my daughter went out. Unfortunately, I forgot my camera. I really wish I had it with me so I can show you guys when I made this discovery. I went to 2 yard sales, and then after the second one, I had to call it quits because I wasn't going to get any better than this. So let me start showing you what I got. Now, the first thing that I saw was a short box sitting on the floor. Now, any comic book fan or geek, nerd, whatever you want to call us, can spot a short box or a long box 150 yards away and know there is a comic book box. So the first thing I saw was this box, and I went straight to it. Now, I've bought and sold my collection several times over, and sometimes I regret doing that. I don't have a huge collection. I got books that mean a lot to me. You know, it's like rereading a comic is like rewatching an episode of your favorite show. So I got rid of a lot of my Vampirellas. Here, let me get that light right. Now, this is the ongoing series of Vampirella by Mike Miller, Grant Morrison, Amanda Connor, and Jimmy Palmiotti. This, I believe, is the first issue, yes, of the ongoing series of Vampirella after Vengeance of Vampirella. That was the first thing I saw. Now, one of my favorite things are intercompany crossovers. So here's Gen X and Gen 13. You got Fairchild there fighting with Gen X, and there's 2 different covers. And I believe those are both Arthur Adams. Nope, that is, what's his name? J. Scott Campbell and Arthur Adams. Both very famous for doing both Gen X and Gen 13. I also found the She Grifter, Billy Tucci's She, and Jim Lee's Grifter. That was a cool one. I also get a kick out of promotional books. This is a Batman book from OnStar. There was a couple of commercials with Batman, and this links in with that as well. And Smiley, the psychotic button. My friend Eric Hartman really, in fact, I believe, has a tattoo of Smiley and was in an issue of Evil Ernie back in the Chaos days. So here's Smiley, the psychotic button. Now, my friend Logan collects Gen 13, so I got a couple of Gen 13s. This is the Gen 13 Interactive number 2. Number 3, and the yearbook from 1997. I didn't realize this is number 2 and there's 3 issues. Apparently, it's sort of like a choose your own adventure book, so that's pretty cool. And the yearbook. Now, I never collected these books. Zenescope, really big with the Good Girl art, but this is the Return to Wonderland. This is the covers they have in the book. Now, this is a limited edition cover. This was only 1,000 of these books were printed, so that's cool. And on the inside was another variant for issue number 1. This was also limited to 1,000 books also. Am I going to keep it? I don't know. But it really caught my eye. I don't know why I got it. I am not a brony by any way, shape, or form, but My Little Pony from IDW, My Little Pony's Friendship is Magic. This is a Larry's Comics exclusive, and it's shiny. It's got like sparkles on it. I thought it was cute, so I snatched it up. And like any geek, Board games. We love board games. I wasn't going to buy this. This is the Joker, the Diabolical Party game. I wasn't going to buy this. It caught my eye with the Alex Ross art right there on the front. He had $5 on it. I didn't know if it had all of them there, but I saw that, and he put it in a package deal. I'll let you know what I paid at the end. But this is cool. I'm looking forward to playing this. I have a brand new nephew, and he was born in September, so he can't even read, but my sister can. So there was this Star Wars 5-minute stories strike back. So you have Rey on the cover and Finn from the original and the new version. So that's cool. I'm going to give this to my sister, and she could read it to my nephew. And he had this sitting in a stack. This is Deadly Hands of Kung Fu number 32. This is Shang-Chi, but this is a key book. This is the first appearance of the Sisters of the Dragon. So this is a really cool. I think it is 77, 78, around then. It's not in the best of condition, but still a great key book. I just found there in the stack. He included it. I'll tell you what I paid for everything at the end. Also, what's also really cool is right here, if you subscribe, like, comment, that would be great. Help the algorithm make my channel grow. But back to the comics. I didn't read any of these. I never had the chance. So this is Batman Damned number 2 with Harley Quinn on the cover looking very, very not right in the head. So this was cool. I got to read it. I'm going to look forward to actually reading the first issue and the issues that follow. But I never had a chance to read this. I was pleasantly surprised how cool it was. You also had John Constantine, the Hellraiser, in there. This is a really dark book. The art is phenomenal, and the writing is on point. It is a great book. I'm looking forward to reading the rest of it. Now, if you're an old person like me, you probably saw this in the theater. This is The Secret of the Nim. Now, I saw this in the theater a long time ago, and it scared me as a child, but it was really cool. It is a graphic novel of the entire film. The art is really good. It looks just like the movie, and I loved it, and this is going to be going in the collection, even though it has a little tiny mark here. But you know what? It's really a good read, and I scared the crap out of me as a kid. Look at that owl. That would give a little kid nightmares, but it's really cool, and I like it, and it's now mine. Okay, now for some RPG stuff. Now, this is from the Nerd Block. This is an exclusive from Nerd Block. It is Court of the Dead. It is a poster collection with 40 posters, removable posters, and that's the back. Rise, Conquer, Rule, and it has a whole bunch of cool posters in here that you could just pop out and frame. I thought this was really cool. Now, I've never played any of these, and it's dark and crazy and scary. Keeping up with RPGs, I've got Palladium books of Weapons and Castles of the Orient. This is from 1985? 85 or 84? 84. This is actually pretty cool. This gives you classes of all the weapons you could use. It has some really good diagrams in there, hit points, levels, and everything. It's really a nice little book if you do RPG. Now, an issue of Dragon Magazine, number 205, Doom Striders by Sam Witt. And it got the book. Don't know anything about this one. Really cool, but it also came with the DM board, so nobody could see all the secrets, and it's got some pretty good artwork on there as well. I like that. Also, I already have this, and I've already listened to it, read it, and listened to the audiobook. Ready Player One, if you listen to the audiobook, it's read by Will Wheaton, and it's really good because at one point he makes fun of himself. So, Ready Player One, and then this is from Cinefantastique. It is the Omen, the original Omen. It is a 45 of 2 of the orchestral movements composed by Jerry Goldsmith. So that's pretty cool. If you have a record player, which I do, and I'm going to try that. It is, I was hoping it would be a picture disc like Blood Red or something, but still, it's not like your regular 45 where it has the big hole. It's got a regular record hole. I didn't read it, whether you play it on 45 speed or 33. I'll have to look at that later. So after I snatched up those comics and saw those, and I saw all this, I saw these 2 boxes in a larger box. And I asked them about them, and he said I had 4 boxes, and I squished everything that was in the 4 boxes down to 2. What they are is the Stan Lee box. Comes from, I believe it's POW Entertainment, Excelsior. I know there's nothing in this box. It's just the Stan Lee box. It's really cool. And enough said. I got 2 of these boxes, and they were loaded down with stuff. And I am going to show you what stuff was in it. Now, there was a lot of cool stuff in it. There was some silly stuff in it too, like this. This is official Excelsior from Stan Lee. Now, I got this, and I'm like, I opened it up, took a look inside. I'm like, oh, there must have been a pin in there, or a button, a collector thing. And this is just the leftover packaging. So what he also had were all of these literatures from all 4 of the boxes. So I read it. Now, what this actually is. Now, back in the 1800s, early 1900s, they didn't have packing peanuts. They had wood shavings that they put in there, and that would stop stuff from bumping around if you bought something big. This stuff is called Excelsior. So, I don't know if that's where Stan got the name, but this is a bag of Excelsior. I've got my own bag of Excelsior from Stan Lee. I also got a couple of Excelsior Stan Lee stickers. This is a want more comics from Stan Lee? Sign up. And they got some exclusive comics that were there. Unfortunately, none of these comics were actually in here. But I actually think I actually have this one that I got, the Spider-Man Deadpool. I have to look in my collection. I got a pin. It says Excelsior right there from the Stan Lee collection. I also got a button that says Excelsior. They also had these trading cards. I got 5 of them here. They all look exactly the same, but on the back they have other information. Birth of the ball pen bulletins, life with Miller, the Marvel Age, my favorite actor. I'm having a feeling it's probably Robert Downey Jr. How green was the Goblin and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. And then I also got, this is still some of the silly stuff, a pair of Stan Lee socks. A pair of Stan Lee Excelsior. Stan Lee is dead socksy. That's what it says. Stan Lee is dead socksy. That's cute. This little envelope was in there too. Excelsior had a picture of Stan. And inside it had a note that looks like it was on normal paper you'd get in the office. It says, friends and fans of Stan. And it has a whole big letter written by Stan Lee. I'm going to put my old man glasses, read you the first few words. Congratulations, chosen ones. All hail the wit and wisdom, both divine and mystical, that led you to the friends and fans of Stan. And it has a whole big paragraph in there. It also came with a membership card. Oops, upside down. I'm going to have to put my name on this, laminate it, and put it in my wallet so everybody knows. And if you know the history of Stan Lee, you know he was a nice Jewish boy from Brooklyn, but yet he has his own Christmas ornament. I've got a whole Christmas tree filled with nerdy stuff. So here's a Stan Lee Christmas ornament. Then we also had the Stan Lee ring. I tried it on. I believe I can't even get it on my pinky. Oh, a little bit. But it says Excelsior right on the front of it. It comes with a box with Stan's name on it. It has the Stan Collector coin. I'm going to take it out of here. And it's all bubble wrapped and ready to go. Make sure it's safe. It is super duper shiny. And you got Stan on the front of it. and Stan Lee autograph on the back. It's really shiny. It's hard to see. I'll try to get a good shot there. It's actually pretty cool. It's a Stan Lee coin. This is called an Oscarina of Doom. An Oscarina of Doom. So I had no idea what an Oscarina is. So I opened it up. It's like a pan flute. Now, I don't know. Some dogs somewhere are screaming. It is loud. It is annoying. But Stan's name is on it. I don't know how they came up with some of these things to stick in the box, but this is something, I don't know the future of it in my house is going to be, but it's a Stan Lee Oscarina. I don't know if you knew, but I just graduated from the Xavier Institute for Higher Learning, and it's signed by Charles Xavier down on the bottom. I don't know what my mutant power is. Met all the requirements for graduating in this school by satisfactorily completing the approved 4-year course and is awarded this diploma. Now, I'm not one for wearing button-down shirts, but if I did, I would take them off and put on these buttons that say Stan Lee on them. You have 8 buttons on there, and it's his full name. This was a mug with him and his wife, and he's swinging like Spidey right on the inside. Autograph on the back. This is actually pretty cool. This is, I don't know if I'm going to drink on it, in it, or just keep it for the collection and put it on a shelf somewhere. Now, these things are called sodas, with the Z on the end, sodas. And it's a Stan Sodas. And I'm like, I had no idea what this thing was, so you open it up, and it is a little Stan figure, and it weebles like a weeble wobble, but it's shaped like a soda, and there's him in his sneakers so he can parkour, and that's actually pretty cute. I don't know. I'd probably put it on a shelf. It's a nice little tchotchke to stick wherever, have Stan watch you whenever you want. Now, my daughter and I are going to be arguing over this. This is a Stan Lee block. There's his shoes, his hair. He actually has a notebook on this set, that on the side, that says, Stan Lee's pal. I don't have inspiration. I only have ideas. Ideas and deadlines. Stan Lee, right there. That's actually pretty cool. And he's squishy. So, I don't know if you could see, but it's embossed. This is a portrait of Stan with Stan Lee's name right there. It is just a journal that you can write in, and it has a little rubber band elastic right on the side so you could keep your own dark thoughts and secrets in the book. So we got that one as well. So to go along with my square Stan, the Stan Excelsior pillow, so you can have good dreams and dream of superheroes or large women or wherever you want with your own Stan Lee Excelsior pillow. It is so cute. I love that. Now I'm going to have to put on my glasses for this. Also, they came with lithographs, which this is clearly a reference to the original Fantastic Four #1. This is by Joe Jusko. It's hard to see because it's only sketches, because Stan's right there hanging on the finger, and in this corner, it's all with the Inhumans. Here's Medusa down here, and Black Bolt is flying around. You really can't see it because it's literally just penciled in there. It's just a lithograph of that. This is cool. This is by Mike Mayhew. This is a reference to the Avengers #1. Stand there with the monster, and you got Iron Man and Thor and the Ant people, Ant-Man and Wasp, and Cap and Hulk right in the middle. It's by Mike Mayhew. You got that one. And this one is by Todd Nanook. I met him a long time ago. This is reference to, of course, to X-Men #1. Stan right there, included with the group as well. That's really cool. And to top it off, I don't know if you guys ever saw this movie. It was a television movie where they tried to do a spin-off of The Incredible Hulk and tried to do Thor. So it didn't work very well, but they did make the TV movie. So there's Stan with Lou Ferrigno, and I forget the actor's name. Let me know. Comment in below. Let me know that actor's name. But the only things that I know him from are 3 different movies. Well, TV show. He was in a Disney show called Good Luck Charlie. He was also Little John in Robin Hood Men in Tights. And he was also, I believe, in American Pie 3. But he is there, and there's Thor, and it didn't work out very well. They also did a trial of the Hulk where Bruce Banner was on trial. David Banner was on trial, and his lawyer was Matt Murdock. So that was their first attempt at doing Daredevil as well. Also included was the Rawhide Kid. This is book 1, featuring Stan the Man and Jack the King Kirby. I never was really big into the Western books, but it has, I'm not sure what issues, but it has some great Jack Kirby art and Stan Lee's words in there. And, you know, I'll take a look at it, but it's a Western and I'm not too into Westerns. Also included was Stan Lee. The book is called The Zodiac Legacy, Tiger Island. He co-wrote this with some friends. What are their names? Stuart Moore and P.H. I'm not even going to try. But this is book 1. I heard about this book. This is called God Woke. And I'm not sure exactly what it is. I know Stan wrote it, and there's a whole bunch of artists in here. It was a POW Entertainment exclusive. I'm looking forward to reading this. I just recently read one of his biographies, which is part biography Stan, part biography Marvel. So I heard about this book, and I'm looking forward to reading it. Also, The Amazing, Fantastic, Incredible, a marvelous memoir of Stan Lee. Now, it is a graphic novel of Stan Lee's life when he was in the military, coming back, meeting his wife. It's really cool. Oh, there's actually, on the dust cover, there's that, but then you also got some cool stuff on the inside there. I don't see Ben there, but you know. Oh, there he is. Ben is there. Right there. Ta-da. So anyway, but I am looking forward to breezing through this. Now, at the bottom of the box, there was this. Stan Lee, Excelsior, stickered shut. So I opened it very carefully so I did not rip the sticker because, you know, I'm a collector. And now the cool thing was about this is that on the inside was how to draw comics. It's been out since like 79, written by Stan and drawn by John Buscema, legendary artist of Spider-Man and umpteen different things. So I wanted to know what printed was, because they have so many prints of this. It's been in print since, like I said, 79. So I opened up the first cover to look at the printing number. And there it was. I'm like, okay, it's just a print. You know, it's just a printed in the book. So there's the back. So it's clearly a Sharpie with Stan's autograph on the inside. At that point, I just stopped looking. I don't care what print it is, but a Stan Lee autograph included in all of this amazing Stan Lee stuff. I was just shocked. I don't have any signed comics by Stan. I do have a promotional book that came out when the 2099 line came out, and he was there at a convention promoting it. It was a convention for comic book shop owners and managers run by Heroes World, which was eventually bought by Marvel to get rid of the middleman. And that was actually the beginning of the downfall of Marvel and why they ended up having to file bankruptcy. They started buying anybody who was competition. But this convention had Stan was there, Todd McFarlane was there, Joe Linsner from Dawn, Steve Stern from Zen, the Intergalactic Ninja, and some big names and exclusives that you were only able to get there at that convention. And I had Stan sign that. So now I have 2 Stan Lee autographs for my collection. That's why I stopped. And I'm like, I can't do any better than this. This is going to be like, I didn't bother going to any other yard sales. This was an incredible find. Now, so all of these things that had Stan on it, the toys, the whistle, the pillow, all this stuff, the rings, the socks, and all the extras like the Joker game, the Star Wars book, the RPG stuff, and the comics, the guy just said, take all of it for $45. And I did. And it is probably the best thing I've ever bought at a yard sale. Now, after that, the next day, I stopped by my friends over at Faraday Toys. Now, they buy comics as well as toys there as well. And they weren't buying any comics right now because their racks are full, but they really specialize in toys. So this guy that was there, a couple guys that were hanging out, they decided to ask, I got some comics, can I take, would you like to take a look? They're like, we're not buying comics right now, but this is Bay Ray. He will gladly take a look at them. Maybe he'll want to buy some. So I went through the boxes and I pulled a few out. First, I grabbed this Batman book. This is issue, what number is that? 329. I believe this is like 80, 82. It has a full-length story and a backup story with Batman and Robin together, written by the amazing Marv Wolfman. Very cool, and it's in pretty decent condition. Then I got this amazing Spider-Man. It's not key, just like the Batman's not key, but you know what? It also is written by the amazing Marv Wolfman, which is really, really cool. And I got to grab Fantastic Four. I got to grab my thing. That did not sound well. That didn't sound good. But I had to grab a Fantastic Four. Now, this is Fantastic Four number 209, with the introduction of Herbie the Robot. Now, Herbie was in the cartoon. They created him because they didn't want to have a character in the cartoon that was on fire. So they put the robot in there. And then look at this picture. Look at that. That's for the upcoming Fantastic Four film, and you got everybody in there. Pedro Pascal is in there. But look right there. That's Herbie the Robot. He's not floating like this Herbie, but he's there. So I have a feeling he's going to be in the Fantastic Four movie, and I'm looking forward to that. Also written by the amazing Marv Wolfman. And to keep going on our Stan Lee rant for the day, I got Tales to Astonish number 73 and number 70, what is this, 6. Neither keys, but still Jack Kirby, Stan Lee books. And all of these books all together only cost me $15. They are not in the greatest condition. They are beat up. And they even said that these were extras from their collection. I still got to rebag and board them and put them in the boxes. So if you haven't already, remember, subscribe, like, comment on my channel to help my channel grow. And I also wanted to say, right now on my eBay page, I've got boxes of 25 comics for $25, mystery boxes, which are going to have keys and books that you've seen in episodes of Bay Ray's comics. They're going to be in there. Ones that I really don't want, but they are key books or minor keys, and you're going to get some really cool books. So it's $25 for 25 books, plus shipping and handling. And what's awesome about these boxes is that 10% of all money raised is going to go to ovarian cancer research. I lost my mother-in-law to ovarian cancer, and I also lost my wife to ovarian cancer. It's a horrible disease. Any cancer is a horrible cancer. But if you buy one of these boxes, I'm going to donate 10% of the total sale to ovarian cancer research to help find a cure within our generation. That would be great. I want to thank everybody for watching. And remember, go out and find comic books at yard sales, flea markets, church bazaars, anywhere. You can find them anywhere, but you know where you can find your comics? You can find them at your local comic book store. Remember, if you need anything there, they'll find it for you. If you're looking for a certain book, I'm sure they'll have it, or they could find it for you. And the best thing you need to remember is reading comic books is still reading. Hang loose.